about a half an hour, but there is way more people than we thought would be here today already. Shout out to the recruitment team who did the damn thing doing their black job. Come on, Malika. Come on. You're making them wait, girl. That's the golden rule. Shout out to Malika leading the recruitment. A lot of people don't see the actual people who make these things happen, and rallies are extremely unsexy. There's a lot of really difficult grunt work. So just shout out to the whole team who has done this. I'll be embarrassing them throughout the time. But you know, the golden rule of activism is stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So go to wewon'tgoback.com/today and make sure that you are on top of your chants. And here, the famous, the infamous Tiffany Flowers, our MC for today, is here to help us just get a little warm up, get our appetites wet, and then we are going to listen to some music some more, and then we're going to get started right on time per the website. Tiffany Flowers.
Hi, everybody, first of all. Hello, beautiful people. I am so honored and so thrilled to be with you. And to get us warmed up, we're going to do one of my favorite activities, which is just practice chanting for the march. So there's a really easy one. I think everybody knows this, so we're just going to get it popping, okay? So when we say no justice, what's the other side?
No peace.
No justice?
No peace.
No justice?
No peace.
No justice?
No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
That's what I'm talking about. And if we don't get it, 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 because the people, united, will never be defeated.
The people, united, will never be divided. The people, united, will never be divided. The people, united, will never be divided.
So we just wanted to come out and say hello, take some pictures. I'm going to come out into the crowd. I would love to collect some selfies with you all, if that's okay. All right, and I want to give a shout out. I know there are two Kathys here from Missouri I met in the hotel lobby, so I want to say hi and thank you for being here. And for everybody from Arizona, from Albuquerque, from California, from Connecticut, Colorado, Mississippi, let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Take it to the floor now. Woo! There's a tornado. In my No time to be done.
It moves my body, it frees my mind. There ain't no question. Oh, it makes me high. If you're feeling unsure, I got your cure. This music is yours, and this beat is mine. It moves my body, and it frees my mind. There ain't no question. Oh, it makes me high. If you're feeling unsure, I got your cure. This music is yours, and this beat is mine. girl, open all the doors. I've been told y'all, I'm the black Regina George. Bikini top, booty shorts, making cool. You was hating back then, now you finna hate more. I got influence, they do anything I endorse. I run shit to be a bad bitch in sports.
I feel alright. The party's here on the west side, so I reach for my 40 and I turn it up. Designated driver, take the keys to my truck. Hit the shop cause I'm faded. Honey's in the streets, say money, yo, we made it. It feels so good in my hood tonight. The party's underway, party's underway. So it feels so good in my hood tonight. The party's underway. So let me hear the party say. Truck, you can get
did was a thought and the whole damn cake and the cherry on top. Shook up the bottom of the good girl pop. You ain't even here to party. Can't in the club trying to pipe a Barbie. I don't wanna go with the flow back then till I touch my toes. I don't wanna roll the boat. This for the rocks and I hope I float. Big up yourself cause you know they don't. I chew cause they hope I show. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss and I shine like glass. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss and I shine like glass. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss and I shine like glass. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss and I shine like glass. You've been the beast boy, I've been the stallion, you've been the seahorse. Don't need a beat boy, don't need a press run. All of my bad pics been on my best one. I wear the hat and I wear the pants. I am advanced so I get advanced and I do my dance and cancel the plans. And you don't be mad cause you had a chance. Yeah, said I took it and I ran for it. I ain't running and I'm staying for it. Money on the floor when we dance for it. Shine bright, put a tan on it. Said I took it and I ran for it. I ain't running and I'm staying for it. Money on the floor when we dance for it. Shine bright, put a tan on it. I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss and I shine like glass. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss and I shine like glass. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss and I shine like glass. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss and I shine like glass.
to be with you today. Is everybody feeling okay? You feeling good? You sure? I'm so glad. So what we did, we started off trying to earn your trust by starting on time. Look at that, it's 4 o'clock. The program is rolling and we are just thrilled to be here with you today. So my name is Tiffany Flowers. I know some of you from the march, and I know some of you from online, and I know some of you from the front line, and the rest of you were just new friends. So hey, besties. So I really want to get us started with the program and the speakers, but before we do, I know that everyone has been standing here, you've been waiting, you're charged up, and I would just like to take one moment to thank you. Thank you very much. From the bottom of our hearts. And I'm just going to talk one little nanosecond about our hearts, because I'm thanking you from the bottom of our hearts. And I know that your heart is the reason why you're here today. Your heart led you here. Your heart is driving your work for these next 3 days. Your heart is what has kept you through these very, very trying times. And so from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you and your heart for being here and remind us that our hearts have always been with us. And they're going to carry us. They're going to carry us through Tuesday, and they're going to carry us beyond. And I know in my heart that victory is ours. I know it, I feel it, I heard y'all chanting, but before I came out, I got my makeup done for y'all. Wait. I really did. But I was getting all teary-eyed in the back when I heard everybody chanting, "We won't go back." Because I know that's right, that's how I feel, that's how my mama feels, that's how my nieces feel, that's how we all feel, that's how the millions of people who already voted feel. What a time to be alive, what a time. So I'm just going to get the program started and rolling, because I know the quicker we get through this, the quicker we can hit the streets. And I'm going to ask you all for a little forgiveness ahead of time, besties, because the teleprompter broke. So I'm about to be an analog girl in a digital world, taking it back to paper. But lucky for you, I wasn't one of those children that got left behind, and I can read. So I'm going to roll through these. I wish the teleprompter was here and I could keep eye contact with you, but bear with me while I introduce our friends, and I appreciate you ahead of time and can't wait to march with you. So our first speaker, who I'm so thrilled to bring to the stage, is Hope Kode. Hope is a Piscataway Kainai citizen, and she belongs to the Deer Clan. As an educator and social and racial justice activist, she grew up learning traditional values of the Piscataway people and has learned to incorporate the values and the culture of other indigenous nations across the world. Hope serves on the board of directors for the Maryland Indian Tourism Association. She's the former president of the American Indian Society of Washington, D.C., and she is thrilled to be here with us today. So with that, I introduce Hope!
way-ah-ho, way-ah-ho. Today is the day. Today is a good day to be indigenous. Today is a good day to be a Puerto Rican. Today is a good day to be a mother, a grandmother, a daughter, a sister, an aunt, a man who supports the rights of women. A good day to be queer, genderqueer, trans person, non-binary. And goodness sakes, it's most importantly to be a woman. Nuletem, El País, Wunagitchku. I'm glad you all came today. Ni Ho, Ni Machisa, Ni Indigenous Woman. My name is Hope. My native name is Machisa, which means fire starter or spark of a flame, and I'm here to get this fire started. But before starting this fire, there's always something, the protocol. I want to take a moment for a land acknowledgement. A land acknowledgement formally recognizes the historical and continuing connection between indigenous peoples and their native lands. Here for Washington, D.C. is a sample of a land acknowledgement. Washington, D.C. was built on the unceded and stolen land of the Nacotchtank people who were connected to the Piscataway chiefdom. The Nacotchtank are sometimes referred to as the Anacostia. The word Anacostia is the name the colonizers gave to us instead. Nacotchtank means where goods are traded, and it was a trading place for many diverse indigenous peoples. Piscataway means where the waters blend, and Kanoi means below the rapids. So we are known as the Piscataway Kanoi, people of where the waters blend below the rapids. The Piscataway people are still here. Indigenous people across Turtle Island are still here. And we are not going anywhere. Thank you to the Women's March for continuing the dialogue to honor the ancestors and descendants of all indigenous peoples who are the original and current stewards of these lands, water, flora, fauna across present-day North, South, Central America, which includes the Caribbean. I was a basketball player. I ask everyone to take a moment and remember the indigenous women who were violated over 400 years ago, a colonial pathway perfected on us on the Atlantic and then unleashed across Turtle Island. These violations still exist. However, they now include women worldwide. Before colonization, Native American women were highly respected, and they had significant roles in their nations. Incidents of rape and other forms of violence against women were generally uncommon in indigenous societies and were met with severe consequences when they did occur. Most Native American nations followed the mother's lineage. We were a matrilineal society. Unlike the patriarchy of the colonizers. Indigenous women had the right to sovereignty, especially over their lives, bodies, and with economic independence in marriage and roles in tribal authority. An example of tribal authorities is that tribes had clan mothers, as with the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. And the clan mothers participated in the nominations and removal of chiefs. Non-Native women learn a great deal from the Native American women's rich history and experience in governance and autonomy. And for example, I don't know if you all knew this, and I just found this out a couple days ago. The leader of the women's suffrage, Jocelyn Gate, was inspired by the role of the women in the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. And she said, "Never was justice more perfect, never was civilization higher." This inspiration had a positive effect on these suffragists because women were given the right to vote in 1920, while Native Americans were still not considered citizens until 1924. With citizenship granted then, states still continue to restrict civil and voting rights. And it has been 100 years since the passage of the American Indian Act. Native Americans in some states, especially Arizona, where there's 22 sovereign nations, face challenges when trying to cast their votes. For example, some of the natives live in isolated areas and have to go almost 50 to 100 miles. Native American voters and any voter should not have to struggle to have their voice and their votes be counted. There are reports that people at the early polls are facing intimidation, aggressive behaviors from people off the polls. And this just happened to me recently on Thursday when I voted early. I walked past a Republican woman passing out her sample ballot. And I politely said, no thank you. And a couple of steps away was the Democratic person passing out our sample ballot. And I told her, I want the non-racist ballot. Did I say that? I got it, and I started heading to the door, and next thing I knew, that woman had ran around the corner and to the 40-feet zone, which is restricted, and got in my face. She accosted me, she was aggressive, she was belligerent, and she tried to intimidate me under the context of wanting to explain why she changed parties. I told her I did not care. And each time she said something to me and I responded, I tried to move forward, she'd get in my face again. She was like a dog with a bone. So after 2 minutes, someone told her to leave me alone and let me go vote. And with the intervention, I was able to walk away and go cast my vote. My vote for hope. My vote for freedom. This behavior that I experienced is illegal, and no one, and I mean no one, should be subjected to this behavior. After I filed my votes, I went and filed 2 reports. They don't mess with me. My name is Hope. Barriers are being set up to cause fear and anxiety to make one want to give up and not vote. This hate and fear-mongering is wrong. I do not know about you, but honestly, I'm scared, and I have anxiety and fear because of the uncertainty on what the U.S. will look like on November 6th when I wake up. How many of you all feel the same? Look around. You're not alone. However, when these negative thoughts creep up, we must remember, fear is a liar, and we must not give up, and we need to march forward together to do our part to make sure this fascist candidate is not elected president. He recently said he would protect women whether they like it or not. I don't think so. And this is unbelievable coming from a man who thinks it's okay to grab women without their consent. Not today. I say not today or any day. Our freedoms are at risk, and we need to step up to protect our freedom. And the way to do that is to vote, and vote feminist. Whether you know it or not, freedom is on the ballot. Together, we can move mountains. And here are some of the mountains we have moved. In 2017, we marched. In 2018, we flipped the House. In 2020, we won the White House. In 2022, we stopped the red wave with our blue wave. And today, November 2nd, 2024, we continue to march for freedom. And on November 5th, we will vote and elect our first woman president. My brothers and sisters, in closing, love always conquers hate, as long as we keep our eyes on the prize. The prize is freedom to have sovereignty over our bodies, freedom to decide if and when we grow our families, and freedom to choose who we love and marry. We need to stand firm and vote. And I don't mean voting in a presidential election, but by voting every year in your local and your community state elections. So, on Tuesday, march forward. Roll your vote. Roll your vote. Because we will not go back. We won't go back. We won't go back. We won't go back. We won't go back. Thank you.
Thank you, Hope. Also, I forgot when I first came out to give a special shout out to DJ Clamazon. DJ Clamazon. Thank you so much. You kept it rocking. You kept us going. And our next speaker to keep the program going is Frankie. Frankie Seaborn. Frankie. I'm a little shorter than Hope. There we go. Frankie Seaborn is the program manager and lead organizer of the Ida B. Free Pillar of Harriet's Wildest Dreams. For those of you who aren't familiar with Washington, D.C., we're so blessed to have them as a community organization, always standing up, always fighting for what's right. Hope is a third-generation Washingtonian. Hope is a mom. Hope is a guy. Oh, Frankie. Thank you. Frankie. I'm sorry. Frankie is a god. Frankie is a hero. Frankie is a mother of two, and Frankie's on her way to the stage. Frankie!
All right. Welcome to D.C., y'all. I gotta hold the papers down. All right. Total liberation for the land. We must fight, protect, and defend. Hold the line, hold the line. Hold the line, hold the line. Total liberation for the land. All right. My name is Frankie Seaborn. I am a black, queer mother of two who believes in a black, queer, abolitionist, feminist future. All of my identities shape how I exist in the world and how the world perceives me. So with your feminism, doesn't include people who look like me, I don't want it. I don't want it. Ancestor Audre Lorde once wrote in her essay, "The master's tools will never dismantle the master's house." She wrote, "Those of us who stand outside the circle of this society's definition of acceptable women, those of us who have been forged in the crucibles of difference, those of us who are poor, who are lesbians, who are black, who are older, those of us who are at the margins, know that survival is not an academic skill. It is learning how to take our differences and make them strengths." So again, if your feminism doesn't include people who look like me, I don't want it. Say, I don't want it.
I don't want it.
If your feminism doesn't include the mothers and daughters of Palestine, of Congo, of Sudan, I don't want it. Say, I don't want it. If your feminism doesn't include incarcerated mothers, women and girls, I don't want it. Say, I don't want it.
I don't want it.
If it doesn't include femmes and gender expansive folks and trans women, I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I am a native Washingtonian. Welcome to my city. I am the daughter of formerly incarcerated parents and the program manager at Harriet's Wildest Dreams. We are a Black abolitionist community defense hub, fighting for all Black lives at risk of state-sanctioned violence. Every single Black life that has been put at risk by systems that perpetuate harm rather than provide safety. Rolling back bodily autonomy is state-sanctioned violence. Anti-trans legislation is state-sanctioned violence. Genocide is state-sanctioned violence. Signed, sealed, and delivered with American tax dollars, and to that we say shame! We say shame! Because again, if your feminism doesn't include the mothers and daughters of the global majority, then I don't want it. State-sanctioned violence is mass incarceration. It's police brutality. It's the exploitative practices of prison labor. It is poverty wages that deny workers a living wage. It is the ultra-wealthy who benefit from tax cuts. It is the continued denial of affordable housing and the rising prices of necessities and the blatant disregard for climate change, y'all. These are not abstract issues. These are real forms of violence that affect our lives. They are forces that keep Black, queer, disabled, and other marginalized communities from true liberation. So today, I seek to build across lines of difference. A call to action for all of you here today, for you to know that our liberation is tied to one another. It doesn't stop today. It doesn't stop in that vote box. Y'all need to be organizing your communities after November 5th. You need to get with a political home after November 5th. And for those of you who are abolitionist-minded, if you're looking for a Black abolitionist community defense hub, Harriet's Wildest Dreams, I want y'all to pull out y'all phones, go to Instagram, and y'all can follow us at Harriet's Dreams. At Harriet's Dreams. And let's be clear, electoral politics ain't liberation. Imperialist leaders are not going to save us, but voting is one of many tools that we use until we get there. And if we can be real, can we be real? Can we be real? This country checks off too many of the boxes of the 14 indicators of fascism. I'm going to just be honest. We are living in a system that's barreling towards fascism, regardless of who sits in the highest office. And and we must use every tool. And so I still urge y'all to go and cast your votes. And remember, the president isn't the only name on that ballot. Your vote impacts judges, school boards, local ballot initiatives. And right in Maryland, if you live in Maryland, abortion is on the ballot in Maryland, y'all. So I need y'all to get to those boxes. We keep fighting. We keep building. We keep loving and protecting our people. We refuse to let anyone strip us of our dignity, our autonomy, and our humanity. And remember, if your feminism doesn't include people who look like me, I don't want it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Up next, a real treat, a real friend of the program, a real god and a real hero. Rael Willis is an award-winning author and media strategist dedicated to collective liberation, especially for Black trans folks. She's the co-founder of the Gender Liberation Movement and an executive producer with iHeartMedia's first ever LGBTQ+ podcast network, Outspoken. Rael actually hosts 2 podcast series, After Lives and Queer Chronicles. She's also the author of The Risk It Takes to Bloom on Life and Liberation, which was published via St. Martin's Press in November of 2023 to critical acclaim. Rael served as the Grand Marshal for NYC Pride in 2024, and we're so happy that she's here!
Hey everybody, I'm Rael Willis. I am a Black trans woman from Augusta, Georgia. I am glad to be back on the stage. I was at the first Women's March, and oh, there's a medic. Somebody needs help in the audience. Sorry, that threw me off, but there's somebody in the audience who needs our help. Let's take care of our people. Medic. We got some amazing people who made this possible today. They're going to take care of our fam. So give some encouragement. We take care of our people, right? Can you say it? We take care of our people. We take care of our people. Awesome. Okay, I think we got some medics over there. They're figuring it out. All right. So I was saying I'm a Black trans woman from the South, and I'm proud to be here. I am a believer in gender liberation. Do y'all believe in gender liberation? Can you say I believe in gender liberation? I believe in gender liberation. All right. So y'all, we are in a fight as we go into Election Day, right? And we have many more fights to continue past Election Day. So I want us to be thinking expansively about what we have to do at the ballot box and what we have to do beyond. So we are in a collective fight for bodily autonomy and self-determination for everyone. And those same conservative villains who are attacking abortion access are coming for transgender folks and our health care. They're coming after immigrants. They're coming after your books, honey. Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide it all, because they're coming for it. But we have all been in a prison of the patriarchy for too long, and it's time to abolish it. So this fight for gender liberation is for cis folks and non-binary folks, intersex folks and trans folks, for the mothers and all parents for the childless cat ladies and the ladies and the childless cat gentlemen and gentle thems, and for all of the men and masculine folk, because they are also in that prison of patriarchy, right? And a lot of folks in our progressive posse will make a lot of decisions about their ballots. But first of all, we got to make sure that we dump Trump. Yeah. Are you invested in dumping Trump? Yeah. And are we going to dump fascism? Yeah. And once we dump fascism here, we have to make sure that we dump fascism abroad. So we need to dump Netanyahu too. And we can throw them in the back of that garbage truck that he was driving looking a damn mess. But seriously, we are also going to have to heal as a progressive movement for gender liberation. Whether you have voted or are voting for Harris or third party or you're too disillusioned, we have work to do. We are going to have to let the vote shaming and the vote blaming go, heal together, and continue our march toward gender liberation for all. Are we committed to that? We deserve a country where we can all make decisions about our own bodies. We deserve a country where every young person, trans, non-binary, cis, gender expansive, can be safe in their fullest self at school. We deserve a world free of white supremacy, free of misogyny, free of ableism, free of Islamophobia, and so many other systems of oppression. We deserve a world without colonization, domination, exploitation, violence, and war. Our vision of gender liberation frees the incarcerated. It frees the detained. We are fighting for all of our fam here, our Palestinian fam, our Lebanese fam, our Congolese fam, our Sudanese fam, our Haitian fam, our Puerto Rican fam. We are fighting for a world that invests in living, not dying. So can you say, gender liberation now? Gender liberation now. Gender liberation now. Thank you.
One more time for Rael Willis, everybody. Amazing. So next, this feels really special introduction. The young lady coming out is Alia Eastman. And Alia is a 2019 graduate of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. And on February 14th of 2018, Alia was in the third classroom targeted by a gunman who took the lives of 17 students and staff members. In the wake of this tragedy, Alia has dedicated her life to preventing gun violence in America. She's been particularly vocal about the chronic gun violence affecting Black youth, a cause that resonates deeply with her due to the tragic loss of her uncle who was shot and killed in Brooklyn. So Women's March family, let's open our hearts and give Alia a lot of love, welcoming her to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alia Eastman. I am here today as a woman. A young 23-year-old Trinidadian American woman who is sick. A young 23 Trinidadian American woman who is sick and tired of children dying to the barrel of a gun. I am also here as a child survivor of this violence. In 2018, my high school experienced one day, 26 minutes to be exact, that would change our lives forever. On Valentine's Day, we experienced a mass shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, which took the lives of 17 beautiful people, 14 of which were children. I was in the third classroom attacked. At the age of 16, I was forced to witness classmates die as we fought for our lives by hiding behind cabinets and laptop carts. I am only alive today because of Nicholas Dworet, who in death protected me as bullets destroyed everything. This tragic experience has transformed my life. I have dedicated my life to ending this violence since 2018. After the shooting, I co-founded Team Enough, which is a youth-led gun violence prevention initiative of the Brady Campaign, the country's oldest gun violence prevention organization. Although this is a heavy topic to discuss, I'm still so excited to be sharing space with you all. The gun violence epidemic in our country leaves more than 125 Americans killed with guns every day. That's 43,000 lives lost each year. This has been leaving a wake of death and destruction across our country for years, and it doesn't have to be this way. My family experienced gun violence long before Parkland. Black Americans are 10 times more likely than white Americans to die by gun homicide, and my family is living proof of that statistic. My uncle, Patrick Edwards, was shot in the back and killed in New York when he was just 18 years old. And a few summers ago, my cousin was also shot and injured. The sad reality I know all too well is that gun violence is much bigger than the school shooting that I survived. It comes in many shapes and forms, and systemic racism has meant that Black and brown Americans have long faced the brunt of this public health crisis. But after Parkland, I made the decision to make sure no kid, family, or community has to experience what I experienced. That's why I started working with Brady and helped create Team Enough, which started as a small group of youth survivors like me, has grown into 50 chapters today. And a movement led by young people that say enough is enough. Together, myself and other survivors of Team Enough are helping educate and advocate for gun safety solutions right here in Washington, D.C. and across the country. We know that gun violence in America isn't about mass shootings only. We're making sure that not only all our schools are safe, but we're also centering racial justice to make sure Black and brown communities don't continue to face gun violence at drastically higher rates. Gun violence means preventing suicide and domestic violence and championing LGBTQIA+ equity and trans rights. It means saying enough is enough to all our policy failures and systemic inequities that put us all at risk at being shot and killed. This election day isn't just about politics, it's about survival. Our lives literally depend on what happens at the ballot box. Gun violence is the #1 cause of death for youth in America. Now say that again. Gun violence is the #1 cause of death for youth in America. That is unacceptable. We need leaders who will fight for common sense gun laws like universal background checks and assault weapons ban. Leaders who understand what we mean when when we say enough is enough. No matter what happens this election and who wins the White House, we will not stop fighting. Brady and Team Enough will keep fighting, but we need you all with us. Right now, I want everyone to take out their phones and text enough to 86689 or visit bradyunited.org to join our movement. That's enough to 86689. We need you in this fight no matter what happens on Tuesday. Together, we can vote out NRA bot politicians. We can keep building a future where every person is safe from violence, no matter who they are or where they come from. We need to vote like our lives depend on it, because it does. We need to organize like our futures depend on it, because it does. And we will keep fighting no matter what, because we deserve to live in peace and unity. Thank you. And go vote.
All right. Thank you so much, Alia. So my mom is backstage, and she said that I needed to tell everybody, you've been standing up too long, you should bend your knees. So, Mom, come here. Come here, Mom. And so to bend our knees, we're just going to take a little dance break to Beyonce. Little Break My Soul dance break. Bend your knees. Let's go. All right. I just needed to break it up a little bit. She said, you have to tell the people, Tiffany. So, now I told you all. So, up next, we have Fanny Gomez Lugo. Fanny Gomez Lugo uses she, her pronouns and is a queer feminist. Venezuelan lawyer with over 16 years experience in advocacy, litigation, movement building, and teaching in the fields of international human rights law, reproductive rights, sexual rights, and LGBTQI+ rights. She's the Senior Director of Research and Advocacy Programs at WEC, an adjunct professor of law at Georgetown University Law Center, and an expert in asylum cases in the U.S. for LGBTQI+ people. And we are blessed to have her in the house. So please welcome Fanny.
Thank you. Good afternoon, American friends. My name is Fanny Gomez. I am originally from Venezuela, but as of 2 years ago, I'm also a U.S. citizen. I am proud and excited to be able to vote for the first time in the United States in this election. I am also here representing the Women's Equality Center, an organization that has been fighting for reproductive freedom in Latin America for years and has seen up close the devastating consequences of the prohibition of abortion for way too long. Just like Amber Thurman and Candy Miller in Georgia and Josely Barnica in Texas, thousands of young mothers have died from preventable death from laws that treat women as disposable, all because of an ideology. We also have seen thousands of cases like Esperancita, a 15-year-old girl from the Dominican Republic who died because she had cancer but was pregnant and doctors refused her treatment in light of the total abortion ban in the Dominican Republic. I'm sending an abrazo apretado para la señora Rosa. We're here also mourning Nevaeh Crane, who was only 14 years old in Texas, but who died because of the Texas abortion ban. This is why, on behalf of our Latin American sisters, we come here to say, we stand in solidarity with our American sisters and to tell you we wear green as a symbol of our reproductive freedom. We are here for you and to support you and to tell you that we think that the only way to do this is collectively. I also came here to say that know that regardless of what happens on Tuesday, we need to continue fighting to gut this society from fascism and extremism that are now prevalent everywhere. We acknowledge all those women who in the past have been subjected to different and intersecting forms of oppression. We have seen in their own ways for way too long. Make no mistake, this fight is not over regardless of what happens next week. We must keep our guard up. They are prepared for the long haul. They planned and patiently saw the 50-year plan to reverse Roe. The question for us is, are we prepared to fight back? That's what I wanted to hear. Thanks to all of you who showed up. Thank you to the organizers of the Women's March for all of this amazing gathering. Everywhere around this beautiful country that is now my country as well. Me and my family have given over 1,000 of bandanas today. We would love it if you start wearing the green bandana everywhere you go. Tie it to your purse, your backpack, wear it on your neck, on your wrist. This is what we do in Latin America. Thank you. Go vote on Tuesday or earlier if you can. And let's remember we have abortion ballot initiatives in 10 states. Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Maryland, Missouri, Montana, the Right to Abortion Initiative in Nebraska, Nueva York, Nevada, and South Dakota. Let's bring everyone to the polls on Tuesday. I don't know if you noticed, but I try to do my states in Spanish pronunciation to see if you got it. I'm glad you did. In Latin America, we say abortion is freedom. Can you repeat with me? Abortion is freedom. Abortion is freedom. Last time. Abortion is freedom. And reproductive freedom is life. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Fanny. All right, up next we have a duo. Aisha Becker-Burrows is a social entrepreneur and impact consultant working at the intersections of media, comms, and social change with a specific emphasis on racial equity. Kai Polanco is an influential media entrepreneur and co-founder of Feminist, along with Aisha, and a social-first nonprofit media company. Reaching over 25 million people across platforms, they empower women, girls, and gender-expansive individuals through innovative content and social justice initiatives. And again, the co-founders of Feminist. So Aisha and Kai, come on up. Thank you.
Hey everyone, good afternoon. There are so many beautiful faces here, wow. Thank you all for joining us in this fight. We seriously can't do it alone, it takes all of us. We are the co-founders and co-executive directors of Feminist. I'm Kai.
And I'm Aisha.
And we are committed to fighting for equity and equality for all. Our feminist movement must be international, intergenerational, intersectional, and intentional. And when I say my body, you say... And when I say my vote, you say my vote, you say my voice. My vote.
My voice.
My vote.
My voice.
We're here because we won't go back. We're fighting for a bodily autonomy for all. We're voting for the many people who did not have the chance to vote in this election because of Trump's extreme abortion bans. People who lost their lives. Amber Thurman, Candy Miller, Josely Barnica, Nevaeh Crane. These are just a few of the names of the people we know who have lost their lives to the abortion bans. And we are exercising our choice at the ballot all the way down the ballot. We are all representatives of our communities. Communities of women with dreams, girls with futures, mothers with love, grandmothers with wisdom, caregivers, survivors, sisters, siblings, brothers, fathers. These are our communities. Here's how you can hold your community accountable right now. Do you know 3 people? Do you know 3 people? Okay, pull out your phone. I want to see phones in the crowd right now. See a couple phones, I see a few phones. Okay, I'm seeing more phones. Now text those 3 people and say this. Do you have a voting plan? Super simple. Do you have a voting plan? And then follow up with iwillvote.com. That has everything they need. And why I'm saying to do this is because we need to make sure that our communities show up to the polls. Every person we know who is eligible to vote needs to have their voice represented in this election. And whether we win is going to come down to our loved ones voting. It's up to us to get everyone out there. So iwillvote.com. Text it right now.
Now, do all of that, and remember that this fight does not end at the ballot box. I'll admit, I'm not a natural-born optimist, and because of that, I'm going to keep it real with y'all today. The landscape we're facing is dire, and we know that. That's why we're here, right? We're witnessing healthcare bans that strip away access to gender-affirming medical care, abortion restrictions in 41 states, 13 of them with total abortion bans. Boo. And education restrictions that seek to stoke fear and weaken our critical thinking skills, making us easier to control. Women, especially women of color, are dying because of these restrictions. This is a fight for our collective bodily autonomy, for gender liberation, and unfortunately, our bodies have become a battleground. Our lives, so many lives, are at stake, truly. But here's where the optimism comes in. We have power. Look around. We've shown it. Yeah, that's right, cheer for that. We've shown it in our organizing calls, in our fundraising for various campaigns, and in conversations with our loved ones, our neighbors, or even our Uber drivers. We put signs on our lawns or windows and adorned our cars with bumper stickers and knocked on doors. And I've spoken to Black organizers on the ground in Atlanta, knocking on doors in neighborhoods that most people have forgotten about or are too afraid to visit. I know I've marched in solidarity, making our voices heard, and organized alongside some of the incredible organizers here today. And let's not forget the incredible work being done by abortion providers on the ground in states like Florida with the 6-week abortion ban, who are working tirelessly right now to enshrine abortion on the ballot. Vote Prop 4 for anyone in Florida. And there's organizations like ours that are telling our stories. These stories, despite the increased censorship. And here's the thing. I don't want this energy to wane. It needs to evolve into something that lasts. Remember this feeling. Let's channel this same passion into the fight for gender liberation and bodily autonomy. The presidential election only comes every 4 years. And from where I'm standing, by that time, it will be entirely too late. We need to show up at the ballot box and keep the momentum going. This fight goes beyond just who's in office. It's about our collective future. We are the community. We are the people. And no matter what happens, we got us. So join me in this chant. Who got us? We got us. Who got us?
We got us.
Who got us?
We got us.
Thank you.
Who got us?
We got us.
Who got us?
We got us.
Yeah, we do. So, we have a little... was there a medic call again? Oh, okay. So, let's go. All right. So, what we have up next, friends, is a true treat. You may know her from the internet. You may know her from taking it to the board. I'm going to go ahead and use one of her taglines. She's not Hannibal Lecter, but she stays eating the girls up. Baby, it's the one, the only Rael Shonda. Come on, girl.
My cat, Nutmeg, is at home. Okay, I'm a cat mom. Shout out to my cat lady and my cat dad. You all look so good. Listen, it's really very simple. He cannot. That's the answer. He cannot. Whatever happens, he can't. So listen, I'm going to share this with you all. On July 29th, 1981, my mother was being rushed to the hospital as I was drowning inside of her. She had an emergency C-section, and I had to be on a machine for about a week. Fast forward to me being rushed to the hospital at 20 years old, giving birth to twins prematurely on my birthday. My God. One of them was breech, and the other's heart rate was dropping. Again, I was not listened to in the hospital because remember, women are just getting their rights. And because of that, we're not going back. Okay? We're not. I was told at 20 years old, married, that I could not have a tubal ligation because my husband wasn't present. That was in Mississippi in 2001, okay? 2003, I had my last child, and I said, if you do not tie my tubes, I'm going to get an ice cream scooper and a safety pin and do the shit myself. I know what to do with my body. Listen to women the first time they tell you what they want to do with their bodies the first time. I'm not asking, I'm telling you. As a domestic violence survivor, listen to me the first time when I say you're not going to put your hands on me the first time, or they don't have to bury you in the ground the first time. Do you hear me? Listen to me the first time I tell you that I'm not going back. My mother's not going back. Do you hear me? My oldest child that I had at 13 years old is a trans man. We're not going back. I served this country in the United States Army for 7 years as a veteran. I'm telling you, I'm not going back. When I was stationed in Germany and was trying to decide if I wanted to have my children or not, I went to a clinic. Why? Because that is my choice. I decide what I do with my body. Now, my twins were born because I decision to have my children. That is the decision for me and my doctor. My doctor should not have to be debating over his job or my life, or her job or my life, or their job or my life. This is my body. I do what I want with it. If I want to spin upside down and slide my inside out corn purse up and down, that's my business. It's my body. You don't get to ask a woman about her body count if we can't talk about your bank account. Oh, I thought we were talking about stuff that was none of our business. It's none of our business. Do you hear me? We're not going back. We have got to realize that we have the power, and the problem is, the problem is that they forgot. We birthed this nation. That's what women do. That's what women do. We birthed this nation. We get shit done. If you want something done, and you want it done right, ask a woman to do it. We don't do it right the first time. I want you all to know something today as we head out. Keep this in your mind and keep it in your back pocket. Okay? Your body, your business. Your body, your business. Okay? And somebody asks you, say it's really very simple. This is your business. This is my business. If you're over here in my business, who's minding your business? Stay out of my business. Do you hear me? I love you all. I hope you have a great day. Let's get this shit done.
What a treat, Rashonda. Thank you so much. So coming up next, we're wrapping up. We're getting ready to march. We have a couple people left. I know everybody's getting antsy because I am too. The next person coming to the stage, her official title is the Managing Director of the Women's March. But when you're standing in a place like this and you're organized and you're safe and there's bathrooms and security and translators and people like me who get recruited, it's because of people like Tama Middleton, who works at the Women's March every single day. Every single day. Tamika and Rachel are raising money, they're sending emails, and they're doing really, really grueling work. So we should give Tamika a big old welcome to the stage. Tama Middleton!
Beautiful people, how y'all feeling? As Tiffany said, my name is Tama Middleton. I am the Managing Director at Women's March, and I am just so honored to be here with y'all today. Every single time I get to be with you all, I feel grateful. Like you, I have been witnessing the climate that we are living in right now in this country, wherein hateful, racist rhetoric has become more and more normalized. Sometimes when I think about being in a country where a despotic, rapist, narcissist has a chance at the presidency not once, but twice, fear and despair try to creep in. But then I get to see all of you and I remember what hope feels like. When I see all of you blocking streets in front of the Supreme Court, sitting in the front of the White House gates in the rain, getting petition signatures in Phoenix, packing the Wisconsin State Capitol, I remember that when we march, we win. When we organize, we win. When we fight, we win. And when we stand together, we what? When we stand together, we what? When we stand together, we what? So what I want to say today is thank you. Thank you for knocking doors. Thank you for having hard conversations with your family and friends. Thank you for fighting back against lies on the internet. Thank you for phone banking and texting, writing postcards, rallying, and every single thing you do. Thank you. It is because of you that I know that a feminist future is possible. It is because of all of you that I know that we can build a true democracy that works for all of us and does not privilege the voices of billionaires above the voices of the people. It is because of you that I know we can build a world that allows us to be safe from interpersonal violence, from institutional violence like poverty, from state violence, from vigilante violence, and from war and genocide. It is because of you that I know we can bring about a future where, regardless of gender or sexuality, race, ethnicity, or citizenship, women, their families, and their communities can get the care, support, and resources we need to live and thrive, whether we are in a blue state like California, a red state like Georgia, or across the seas in Palestine, Haiti, Sudan, or the Congo. I know it is possible because I believe in you, I believe in us, and y'all, I believe that we will win. Say, 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 I believe that we will win. That we will win. Say, I believe that we will win. Say, I believe that we will win. Hey. Thank y'all so much, and we look forward to seeing y'all in the streets until we are living in our feminist future.
Woo, Tamika, got my heart pumping. The next guest we have is the young, the lovely, the queer, disabled, neurodivergent activist and feminist Edy Young. Also, passionate community organizer doing activism since 2017. She's fighting for a world where everyone has equal rights and where queer youth don't have to worry about simply existing, but where all people will stop losing their lives to them. She hopes to be a social worker in the future, and we're so thrilled she's here. Edy!
Even with the ongoing negativity and the ongoing fight for women's rights, I'm proud to be a woman and proud to be here fighting with all of you. I'm proud to show this world that women aren't going anywhere and that we will fight till we have rights. We are powerful, and we won't let people continue to think it's okay to control our bodies or shame us out for having abortions because it's murder to them. We have had enough with our community being shamed for having an abortion, using birth control, and being constantly expected to step up and do more than men. A lot of men often think they don't have to clean and cook and provide emotional labor to their kids and leave it to the mother figure. If more men stepped up and helped their partner, maybe we would have less burnt out partners. It's sad to see mother figures on social media feel guilty for taking alone time away from their kids. No mother figure should ever feel guilty for that. Did you know 68% of working moms are burnt out, according to a recent study reported by multiple sources? It's time father figures start helping out. It's sad to see that that people think they have a right to control a woman's body, that they have the right to force a woman to have a child. We aren't just here to be controlled like objects. We are human and here to make a difference. You know what? I don't care if a mom needs an abortion, question mark. It's not my body. It's not my place to judge a mother. They deserve access to care they believe they need. I'm also furious that people think trans women aren't real women and that they are pretending to be a woman, because it's not up to you to decide if someone's a real woman. Trans women are real women. Acknowledging that a trans woman is a real woman can save their life, and I would rather any day have an alive trans woman than a dead trans woman. We must protect our sisters and our sisters. All women deserve respect and to be treated like humans instead of objects. We must protect access to gender-affirming care so our fellow sisters can continue to live as their true selves. They deserve to live and they deserve to exist. There are trans women that are too afraid to come out of the closet, and that is an issue, because we should be accepting and not judgmental, and because no one should be stuck being someone they are not or in a closet. We must band together and continue the fight for uterus owners and women's rights. Today, join me in making our voices heard. Vote now on November 5th!
All right, our next guest is a real super duper superstar, Gloria Alred. Gloria Alred is a founding partner of Alred, Morocco, and Goldberg, with offices in Los Angeles and New York. Her firm has been the leading women's rights private law firm in the nation for 48 years, winning hundreds of millions of dollars for victims. Ms. Alred has won countless honors for her pioneering legal work on behalf of victims who've been discriminated against due to gender, race, age, sexual orientation, sexual harassment, or because they have AIDS. AMG is also well known for its work on behalf of victims of rape, child sexual abuse, and battered women. Gloria Alred also founded the Women's Equal Rights Legal Defense and Education Fund, is the author of Fight Back and Win, My 30-Year Fight Against Injustice, and How You Can Win Your Own Battles. What a treat to have her with us today, Miss Gloria Alred.
Sisters and brothers and others, are you fired up and ready to vote? And let's give a round of applause to those who have already voted. Why is voting now more important than ever? Because our lives and the lives of our daughters and our mothers and our sisters and our aunts and teenage girls whom we have never met are on the line. Do you agree? I know, because I remember when I was in my 20s and a single mother, and I was just a teacher, most important job, by the way, of all. I took a vacation and went to Mexico, and there I was raped. When I went back to California, I found that I was pregnant, and to my shock, because I didn't know anything about law or politics, I learned that it was a crime in California for anyone to assist a doctor or nurse in an abortion. And so I, like many women at that time in the 60s, got an abortion. It was a crime for anyone to assist me, so it wasn't a doctor or a nurse. It was somebody who did it for the money. And I ended up, like many women, in a bathtub, hemorrhaging and almost bleeding to death. Somehow I got to the hospital, and there, although they couldn't do abortions in the hospital, they could try to save a woman who was bleeding to death from an illegal abortion. And when I was there, with 106 fever and packed in ice, an anti-choice nurse said to me, "Gloria, I hope you've learned a lesson." And as I say in my Netflix documentary, Seeing All Red, if you want to see empowered women, to look at my clients in that documentary. But the nurse said, "Gloria, I hope you've learned a lesson." And I have news for the nurse. I did learn a lesson. That abortion should be safe, legal, affordable, available. So I want to say we've now returned to those days when it's not legal in half the states, not safe, not affordable, not available, and those who are hurt most, of course, are poor women, young women, women of color, and rural women. Do you agree? Yes! Your vote matters because Donald Trump, if elected, wants to ban reproductive choice nationwide, even in states like California and New York, where abortion is legal and safe. So are we willing to go back to the days when women like me almost died from unsafe and illegal abortions? Are we willing to tolerate laws today in many states where women are being investigated, prosecuted, and in some states convicted after they had a miscarriage? Are we going back to that? No! We won't go back. Let me hear you. We won't go back. We won't go back. We won't go back. Are we willing to let pregnant women who want to give birth bleed out in hospital parking lots because they are infected with sepsis, having to wait too long to go back in the hospital? Are we willing to see that again? No! Because doctors are afraid to care for them, because the doctors may be wrongfully prosecuted and convicted if they help to save a woman's life. Are we going to go back? No! And here is what else we will not tolerate. This week, Donald Trump stated that he wanted to, quote, protect women, end quote, and he would do it whether women liked it or not. Do you like it? No! I have a message for former President Trump, who knows me well, by the way. We don't believe you that you want to protect women. You did not protect us when you nominated 3 justices to the U.S. Supreme Court who overturned Roe v. Wade and returned the issue to the states, which passed restrictive laws and endangered the lives of women and girls, putting them at risk of bodily harm or death. You did not protect us from your Supreme Court justices who have hinted that they will outlaw birth control and perhaps IVF and the rights of racial minorities and those who are gay, lesbian, transgender. Do you believe he will protect you? No! You did not protect us, Mr. Trump, when you stated that women should be punished for having an abortion. Do you believe he will protect you? No! And you did not protect women when you sexually assaulted them. Do you agree? Yes! No, Mr. Trump, we won't go back. And we will not vote for a man who bullies and disrespects women. Instead, we know our voice is our power, and our power is in our vote. We will vote for a woman who truly supports women and girls, Kamala Harris. Mr. Trump, listen to the wonderful, powerful women and men who are here today, because, Mr. Trump, this is the reckoning. I am I'm going to ask all of those who are here today and those who are at home listening, say after me, we will resist.
We will resist.
We will insist.
We will insist.
We will persist.
We will persist.
And we will only elect those who respect us and support our rights to reproductive freedom. Do you agree?
Yeah.
We will resist.
We will resist.
We will insist.
We will insist.
We will persist.
We will persist.
And we will only elect those who respect us and support our rights to reproductive freedom. Just remember. Because everyone here today agrees, and I've seen it on the signs, a woman's place is in the House, the White House. And Mr. Trump, you will not be there, but we will see you in court. Because there will never be another season of silence until women have the same rights as men on this green earth. Thank you and fight on!
All right, friends, we're winding down. It's Monica Simpson up next. Monica Ray Simpson is the Executive Director of Sister Song, the Southern-based National Women of Color Reproductive Justice Collective. For over 20 years, Monica has been organizing for LGBTQ liberation, civil and human rights, and sexual and reproductive justice. She was named a new civil rights leader by Essence Magazine and was named as Time's 100 Most Influential People in 2023. Miss Monica Ray Simpson!
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And the writers of that song continue to say, and before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. See, the songwriters of this freedom song, y'all made it clear that our freedom is a non-negotiable. And I feel that more than ever in this moment in history. Again, my name is Monica Simpson, and I am a Black queer feminist creator born and raised in the rural South who is committed to sexual and reproductive justice by any means necessary, good people. You feel me? We come to this moment with clarity that freedom is and has always been the ultimate goal. And we who believe in freedom, like the great Ella Baker told us, cannot rest. It is clear that bodily autonomy and our human right to self-determination is on the line. They want to take us back to a day where we don't have our bodily autonomy, y'all, but we're not going back, right? We're not going back, right? But it hurts me to say that a third of our country already lives this oppressive reality. 41 states have abortion bans. 13 states have total abortion bans. These abortion bans have taken the lives of Amber Thurman. Say her name, Amber Thurman. Candy Miller. Jocelyn Banika. Navia Crane. And others we have yet to name. Their deaths were 100% preventable, and they should still be here today, good people. But on top of the oppressive policies that take away our ability and freedom to make our own
own decisions about our bodies. We are in a maternal health crisis, and black women continue to bear the brunt. We don't have comprehensive sex education, so our children don't have the opportunity to make informed decisions about their sexual health. And queer and transphobia and violence is taking too many lives. Y'all, our discernment for truth and justice must be strong because the misinformation and the lies flow constantly. And our opposition is ruthless and relentless in their quest to retain power. But we told them something 30 years ago, y'all. 30 years ago, 12 black women created a framework and a movement that gave us a blueprint for this political moment. A moment where we have been forced to contend with all the heads of the beast of white supremacy. We're talking about patriarchy. We're talking about sexism. We're talking about misogynoir. We're confronting them all head on, right? This is a moment where we are all fighting for much more than abortion access, but the opportunity to live our full, free lives. And these 12 black women gave us the framework of reproductive justice, the human right to bodily autonomy, to have the children that we want in the ways that we want, to prevent and end pregnancies without shame, but with dignity, and to parent our children in safe environments. I mean, we want that, right? That's what I'm talking about. Y'all gotta talk to me. I'm a black church girl. Y'all gotta talk back to me. All right? But then in 2010, y'all, at the height of what the media deemed the war on women, black reproductive justice leaders created Trust Black Women. Can y'all say Trust Black Women? They did this as a direct response to racist anti-abortionists pushing their hateful propaganda on our community. But black women also knew that this was only the beginning, because black women, we got historical receipts, right? Y'all know that black women have been the backbone for every movement in this country, right? Y'all know that black women have been telling us since the beginning of time that we are going to control our own fertility. We're going to control what we need for our communities, right? Okay, I just want to make sure that y'all knew that in this crowd. But they knew that the attacks on abortion were the open door for them to bring more attacks on all of our issues and our leadership. So the propaganda turned into legislation. The legislation turned into court cases. Court cases turned into the Supreme Court battles that ultimately reversed Roe v. Wade, voting rights, affirmative action, and they're not stopping until we stop them. Are y'all ready to stop them?